What's up, Facebook, Instagram? I hope you're having a wonderful Thursday evening. Today's nutrition knowledge is short and sweet because your supplement list should also be short and sweet. This evening, we're talking about basic, simple supplementation for beginners or someone, maybe like yourself, who is unfamiliar with supplements. You hear about creatine or fish oil. You're not sure what to think, when to take it, if it's even right for you to take. And the point of tonight's video is to dive into that, to bring a little more clarity and information to you so that you can make a well-informed and educated decision to meet your health, performance, and physique goals without breaking the bank. So first things first, supplementation is absolutely not necessary. Please keep in mind that food should be your focal point, choosing nutrient-dense foods that are rich in fiber, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, phytochemicals should be the foundation of your approach to nutrition. However, there are certain supplements that do provide benefit, and in some instances you need such a large quantity that eating healthy, wholesome foods is not quite enough. And others, you just simply have their own separate benefit that are provided to you to enhance physique, performance, and health. Let's kick things off with the multivitamin. You can find about 1 billion brands of multivitamins if you shop at your local Safeway, Walmart, or Target. And what you really need to know is that a multivitamin is not necessary. I don't care if you train 1 day a week, 5 days a week, or 10 workouts per week. You do not need a multivitamin. You can get all of the vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants and fiber you need simply by eating whole foods, nutrient-dense choices at each meal throughout your day. However, choosing to include a multivitamin, I like to view it as kind of a safety net. Because, let me give you an easy example. I do my best to get multiple servings of fruits and vegetables in each day. I choose lean meats throughout the day, throughout the week, but I don't always have red meat. So red meat is an excellent source of iron. So choosing a multivitamin that provides me a little bit of iron, in addition to me having iron-rich sources of food on occasion, helps to ensure I am meeting my iron needs. So therefore, I'm not relying on the multivitamin, but it is serving as a safety net. It kind of covers all of my bases. If I'm a little chicken or turkey heavy 1 week versus a little steak or seafood heavy the other week, it helps to kind of round out my nutrition to make sure, again, I'm covering all my bases and it serves as a safety net. So if you feel you are eating healthy, you do not need to invest in a multivitamin, which, by the way, I should add, are very affordable. You're not going to break the bank there, and if for some reason you find a multivitamin that is breaking your budget, look for something else. I typically recommend a men's one a day, a women's one a day. Centrum's another good brand, and there's plenty other ones out there. Now, one item I will point out, because I get this question a lot, is the multivitamin gummies. They're oh so delicious. It's like having a gummy bear, but a one that's really good for you. From the limited research I've read on the matter, some of the nutrients are not as bioavailable in the gummy form. So therefore, you're not getting as much as you should or as much as you need when choosing the gummy form. Pills, powders, a different story, probably a little more reliable when it comes to appropriate dosing as well as bioavailability, something to keep in mind when you make your decision. Next up, let's talk about omega-3 or fish oil supplementation. So omega-3s are essential fatty acids. You need to obtain them from your food or supplementation because your body cannot make them. And they provide a plethora of health, physique, and performance benefits. They lower your bad cholesterol, raise your good cholesterol, help to maintain insulin sensitivity, help to maintain normal blood pressure, enhance cognitive function. They're anti-inflammatory. The list goes on and on. And actually, there's a couple studies out there that show they may help to keep your appetite more manageable when dieting, which is always a perk, something to consider. Now again, they are not necessary because you can find plenty of omega-3 fatty acids in the foods you eat. Some of your fish, such as salmon, is an excellent source. Flax seeds, chia seeds, walnuts, other types of nuts and seeds are great sources of your omega-3s. However, supplementation can be beneficial because you're going to want to aim for 800 to 1200 milligrams per day. And again, sometimes it's very hard to quantify and track that amount during the day. For those of you tracking your macros and your calories and your portions, you're already tracking plenty of other things. You don't need yet another number. So having the omega-3 supplement, again, is kind of like a safety net. It's a just in case to help ensure you reap the many benefits omega-3 fatty acids have to offer. A couple tidbits on omega-3 supplementation. You want to make sure that your omega-3 supplement is primarily composed of EPA and DHA. These are the most hard-working of the omega-3 fatty acids, whereas ALA is not as effective as the other two omega-3 fatty acids. Again, EPA and DHA, those two acronyms should be what you see as the bulk component on your omega-3 supplement label. If your omega-3 supplement contains more ALA than the other two, well, that's not the best one out there because, like I mentioned, ALA is not as effective and active in the body like EPA and DHA. Store in a cool, dark place. I like to keep mine in the fridge or a very dark cabinet. And when you do include them with a meal that contains fat because the fat in that meal is going to help enhance absorption of those omega-3 fatty acids. You see, the fat and fat go hand in hand. They work together. And lastly, whether you are sedentary, semi-active, active, or very active, I do recommend you consider taking creatine. So creatine is best known for its ability to enhance your strength, your performance, your power output, as well as muscle growth and improving your body composition. You know, it's the most extensively and well-supported sports nutrition supplement out there. But recent research is finding it also has some tremendous cognitive benefit too, and they're doing a lot of studies where they are using creatine supplementation in those with Alzheimer's or beginning to have early onset Alzheimer's disease because the creatine is starting to serve as another fuel source for the brain, and that's something that, again, a lot more research is needed. But it's worth mentioning because that is where the direction of creatine research is headed because, like I said, we've exhausted creatine research in the sports nutrition realm. Now, when it comes to creatine, you're going to want to look for creatine monohydrate. You will find about a dozen other brands out there. None have proven to be more effective than monohydrate. And guess what? Monohydrate is dirt freaking cheap. So why not save a few extra bucks or a few dozen bucks? Get creatine monohydrate, tried true, it's the gold standard and it won't break the bank. And when you're taking creatine monohydrate, if you're less than 150 pounds, 3 grams a day is a great starting point. If you're between 150 and 250 pounds, 5 grams a day is a great starting point. And if you're over 250, 8 to even 10 grams per day will work for you. You can take it any time of day. I like to throw mine in my intra-workout shake or have it immediately post-workout because that's already a routine I have in place, and it's just simple as boop, pop the powder in my shaker cup, and there's no major hassle, no extra things to think about because it's already a part of my routine. If you begin taking creatine, you may notice a couple pound increase on the scale. And that's because creatine helps to super hydrate your muscle cells. It brings more and more water in, which is okay, which is actually very beneficial considering your muscles are 75% water and a well-hydrated muscle is a well-contracting and efficiently contracting muscle. So don't be alarmed if you see the scale jump up a couple pounds. Nothing to be alarmed about. You didn't all of a sudden put on 3 pounds of fat. Again, make sure you are staying very hydrated too throughout the day. In very few instances, people can experience stomach discomfort, GI distress. So if that is the case, you may consider scaling back the amount of creatine you're taking or try taking it at a different time of the day. So there you have it. Multivitamin, omega-3 fish oil supplementation, and creatine, particularly creatine monohydrate. A very simple, basic stack. Gabrielle, I'm very happy you found this beneficial. Thank you for tuning in this evening. But again, very basic stack. There's no, bells and whistles here. Every supplement I recommended, A, is not necessary, and B, is extremely affordable. And I think that's what matters most in an industry that is completely oversaturated with scams, an abundance of scams, let's just put it that way. If you have any questions about those 3 supplements, any additional supplements you're currently taking or considering taking, hey, send me a message, leave a comment below, send me a message, and we'll dive in. We'll discuss it, and hey, maybe I'll make it a video for next week. So thank you again for joining in this evening. I sincerely appreciate your time. I look forward to this every single day it happens. Next week, Tuesday, Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we'll be back with more great content. Enjoy your weekend, everybody.